Hello and welcome back to another easy online German video training. Today's topic will be a very special letter, and this is the 25th letter of the German alphabet, the Y, and in German we call this letter Ypsilon. Ypsilon. In brackets you see the phonetic script, and at the beginning we have the sign for the short U sound Ö, Ypsilon, and we have a normal E sound, so it's not a short E sound, and we have the sign for the open O sound O after the L, and in German this is always a short sound, so Ypsilon, and you can hear that the stress is on the first syllable. We have a little tick in front of the sign for the short U sound, so the first syllable is stressed. It's a Greek letter originally. Psilon means bear or bald. In the modern Greek language, the Y is pronounced like an E sound, and this could be the reason why this letter is called the Greek I in some languages. For example, in French, Y, and in Spanish, Y. The Y is pronounced like a short or long U sound, so that's one of the problem sounds for some of you, in foreign words of Greek, Latin and Scandinavian origin. And most of the words which contain the Y are foreign words. Here are some words of Greek origin. The first example word is the word for psyche, and in German the spelling is exactly the same, but the pronunciation is completely different. We say Psyche, Psyche. So you can hear we speak the P and the S, and the Y is a long U sound in this word. We have the Y as a letter in the phonetic script. This is the sign for the long and close U sound, so the close U sound Ü is always long in the German language, and the double point makes it even longer. And we have a soft CH sound in this word, and the sign for the soft CH sound in the phonetic script is a small c with a little tick at the bottom. And we also have an unstressed E sound or light schwa sound at the end, and in the phonetic script we use an E turned upside down. And the stress is on the first syllable in this word too. Psyche. The next word has a short U sound. It's the German word for system, and in German we say System. System. So you can hear we have a short U sound, and we also have the stress on the second syllable and not on the first syllable if you compare it to the pronunciation of the English word. We have the little tick in front of the T. System. We have a soft S sound at the beginning in the phonetic script we use a Z for the soft S sound, and the sign for the short U sound looks a bit like a capital Y. After the short U sound we have ST, and we also speak it like a sharp S and a T. System, and we have a long E sound in this word. It's a straight E sound, and the double point makes this sound long. So double points always make vowels long in the phonetic script. System. Same spelling, but another pronunciation. I have two words with a Latin-Greek origin. The first one is the German word for lyric or lyric poetry, and in German we say Lyrik. Lyrik. So here we have a long U sound again, like in Psyche too. We have a Y in the phonetic script, followed by a double point. We have a short E sound, I. There's also a special sign in the phonetic script, and the stress is on the first syllable, Lyrik. We have a little tick in front of the L, and the R is guttural. Lyrik. It's rubbed between the back part of the tongue and the uvula, but not too strongly, so very slightly. Lyrik. The next word is the country Egypt, and in German we say Ägypten or Ägypten. We have an E sound, and there's also a special sign for the E sound at the beginning. We have a hard G sound and the short U sound Ö. At the end we have a light schwa sound again, or unstressed E, and you can either speak it or not. You can say Ägypten or Ägypten. And you can hear very well the stress is on the second syllable in this word. Ägypten or Ägypten. I was looking for words with a Scandinavian origin, and I think the next word could be of Scandinavian origin. We have a North Frisian island very close to Denmark, and in fact it's the biggest North Frisian island, and in English it's called Sylt, but in German we say Sylt. Sylt. We have a soft S again, so we have to use the Z in the phonetic script. We have a short U sound in this word. In Danish it's called Sylt, and in the Frisian language it's called Søl. So this could be of Scandinavian origin. Sometimes words with Y can also be pronounced like the German J, so it's a y sound. This is the same sound we have in the word yes. For example, in the German word for yoga, in German we say yoga. Yoga. So you can see we have a J, this is a y sound in German, and we have the close vowel O, and this is a long vowel. We have a double point after the letter O in the phonetic script, and we have a normal R sound at the end, so it's not a reduced R sound. And the stress is on the first syllable. We have the little tick in front of the J in the phonetic script. Yoga. The next word also starts with a Y. It's the German word for yacht, and in German we have the same spelling but a different pronunciation. We say Yacht. Yacht. So we have a German J sound at the beginning, the same sound we have in yes again, and a short R sound, and the hard CH sound, Yacht. And by the way, both words yoga and yacht can also be written with a J. So this is also possible that you write it with a J. The word yacht is taken over from the English language, but originally this word is Dutch. So this is a word of Dutch origin. A final Y in words derived from the English language or from the Scandinavian languages, or from one of the Scandinavian languages, is pronounced like an E sound. And one example word is the English word baby. In German we have the same spelling, but we say baby. Baby. We don't have this A sound in German, so we made a long E sound out of this A sound. We have an E in the phonetic script and a double point. So this is a long E sound, and we have a normal E sound at the end, so not a short E sound, and the stress is on the first syllable. And the next word is the word for hobby, and in German we also say hobby. Hobby. We have an H, and we also pronounce the H at the beginning, like in the English word too. And then we have an open O sound, O. In German this is always a short sound, hobby, and a normal E sound at the end again. And the stress is on the first syllable, hobby. If we have a Scandinavian word, for example, the town Visby, this is a Swedish town. The Y at the end is spoken like an E sound, but only in German. I heard that the Swedish speakers say Visby. So the Y is only pronounced like an E sound in the German language, in words derived from a Scandinavian language. The Y can also be pronounced like an E sound in other words, like in the word for cylinder. And the German word is Zylinder. Zylinder. So this Y is spoken like an E sound, and it's a normal E sound. The German Z is spoken like ts, so like TS, and in the second syllable we have a short E sound. The ER ending is pronounced like a reduced or central R sound, so this R sound is not as open as the normal R, it's slightly more constricted. Zylinder. I think you can hear the difference between the two E sounds very well, E and I. The stress is on the second syllable. We have the little tick in front of the L. You might ask yourself why this Y is pronounced like an E sound. This is not a stressed Y, this is an unstressed Y, because we have the second syllable stressed in this word. But in the word System we also have an unstressed Y, but despite of that, this Y is pronounced like a short Ü. So I think there are no binding rules, and most of the words which contain a Y are foreign words. I also have a French forename, Yvonne, and in German we also say Yvonne. Yvonne. We have an E sound, a normal E sound at the beginning, and we have a V. In many words with V, this V is pronounced like an F, and this is the case if we have words of Germanic origin. But here we have a French word or French forename, so we have a V sound. This is not typical German because most of the time the V is pronounced like an F in German words. We have an open O sound, or Yvonne. And the stress is on the second syllable. This is also typical French, not typical German. In German words, the stress is on the first syllable. And in the French language, the last syllable is stressed. The Y can also be pronounced like the German diphthong I. For example, in the word for nylon, so it's this synthetic textile fiber, we took this word over from the English language and we say nylon. Nylon. So we have the I diphthong, that's why we use A and E or A and I in the phonetic script. A and E becomes I, and we have the open O sound O in the last syllable, nylon, and the stress is on the first syllable. So we took this word over from the English language and also the pronunciation. And I have another word, it's the German word for Ceylon. So today it's called Sri Lanka and in German we say tsailɔn. So it's totally different. Tsailɔn. The C is pronounced like a German Z, tsailɔn, and the E and the Y are pronounced like the German diphthong I, and we have the open O sound O in the last syllable, and the stress is on the first syllable, tsailɔn. If we have Germanic words which contain the Y, these are all proper names, without exception. I have the German word for Bavaria, and the German word is Bayern. Bayern. So you see, we have the I diphthong. In the phonetic script, we use the letter R and the letter E for the I diphthong again, but we write A and Y. And this is the old spelling for the I diphthong, because normally we write R and E in a word of Germanic origin, and more often we write E and E, but here we should write A and I, or R and E, but we write A and Y. So this is the old spelling. The ER ending is pronounced like a reduced R sound again, and we have the N at the end, Bayern, and the stress is on the first syllable. So this was all about the letter Y in the German language. So you see, most of the words which contain the Y are foreign words. I hope you find this lesson useful. There are, of course, more words with the letter Y, but I can't mention all of them, so I can just give a few example words here. So for today I say bye-bye. For more information or more German lessons or pronunciation videos, you can have a look at my website www.easy-online-german.com. So stay tuned for the next lessons. Take care, bye bye, and as we say in German, tschüss.